So Allstar JR, you don't think he's gonna get out?
Federal offense, federal possession of a firearm, self-defense drop, but how do you beat the federal possession of a firearm, even in self-defense?
Well, because his life was in danger. Even a
He picked the gun up, right?
Even a felon can defend himself if his life is in danger. Now, he can't take the gun with him.
So once his body collapsed, and you saw his body had no more response to it, because it was obvious he was responseless, you stood over him.
That's gonna be a problem.
That's when you're a felon with a gun now.
Yeah, the Ben10 challenge didn't help either.
There you go. The song afterwards is really what probably set everything off.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, a lot of people have been asking what's been going on concerning Allstar JR and the shooting that took place a couple weeks ago in Houston, Texas. For y'all that don't know, Detroit rapper Allstar JR was in Houston at a restaurant and lounge called Confessions when he was approached by a group of guys. According to reports, the group would try to rob JR for his chain and watch, basically whatever jewelry he had, and in the process, several men can be seen on camera beating on him. Now, some way, somehow, Allstar JR retrieved the firearm and was able to break free from the men and would proceed to shoot multiple people, mainly whoever was involved in trying to jump him. According to reports, he would shoot about 3 people, 2 who were involved, with those 2 people being NBA YoungBoy affiliates DeadEnd Ron and NBA Ben10, and the 3rd person was an innocent bystander. Now, even though it was multiple people involved, he was only able to get those 2, and the end results were pretty bad. DeadEnd Ron would end up having to have his finger amputated, and even though Ben10 tried to act like he wasn't fazed by what happened, due to investigation reports, we will find out that he would end up being paralyzed after the altercation. This could be due to how badly he was injured during the shooting, as he would be the one who have gotten it the worst. Allstar JR could be seen on camera standing over NBA Ben10, shooting him multiple times, to the point where the cops came and a female witness would tell them that there's someone who died upstairs, referring to Ben10. Now, reports in regard to the incident would state that Allstar JR was shooting into a crowd while people were running away, and as Ben10 was already shot laying on the floor, he came back to him and shot him multiple times until his firearm was out of ammunition. And Ben10 must have had a guardian angel by his side, because with all that being said, somehow, someway, he still survived despite being paralyzed. After the shooting, Allstar JR was seen on camera wiping off the firearm that was used, leaving it on the scene, and then he left right out the door, making his way right back to Detroit the following day. Now, all that information is important to know because it'll play into the fact that many believe that he was defending himself and shouldn't be held responsible for the shooting if it's on camera that originally he was the victim. However, surprisingly, Allstar JR would be arrested by not just police, but he was later arrested by the feds and extradited back to Houston to be charged for the altercation. So currently, JR is now facing 15 years in jail for his role in the shooting. Interestingly, JR is not being charged for the shooting itself. However, he is being charged for possessing a weapon in the shooting. Court documents claim that Allstar JR has a prior felony conviction, and federal law prohibits him from possessing a firearm or ammunition. Therefore, he will be picked up by the feds and charged with unlawfully possessing a firearm as a convicted felon. Due to federal sentencing guidelines, he's facing 15 years in prison on top of a $250,000 fine. Many people believe that even though he was picked up, he will still be released at least on bond once they see proof that he was defending himself, and then ultimately they will realize that he was just a victim. However, we will learn that it's deeper than we all think. This is because when Allstar JR appeared for his first bond hearing on April 30th, he was denied bond and has to remain behind bars until trial. the judge agreed with prosecutors that due to the violent nature of the crime, JR's criminal history, and his prior violations of probation, JR should be held without bond until his trial. Now, once again, this is just another example of when your past criminal history catches up to you, as I always express. Many people believe that when they just get probation for a charge, or even if they get a case dismissed, that they got away with it or got off easy. However, your criminal rap sheet always follow you no matter what they say, and unfortunately they judge you by that and always bring it up in the court of law despite them acting like it don't matter. But here's where things get interesting within this case. Some will say, well, how will he be charged with possessing a firearm if he was just protecting himself, or if the police don't even know where the firearm came from or who it belonged to in the first place? Well, y'all know, being that they couldn't prove whose firearm it was going to track it and make sure they figured out where it came from at least. According to the investigation, it's rumored that the Glock 43X handgun was traced back to Detroit, where Allstar JR is from. So as you know, 1 + 1 = 2, because now the next question is, how did the firearm get from Detroit all the way to Houston, Texas? And with this guy being from Detroit and him being in possession of the firearm during the shooting, it's only one thing for them to believe, and whether it's true or not, he will still have to defend himself and let it be known that it wasn't his if it in fact wasn't. Now, with the feds being the feds, I'm sure they went to the extreme to find out where that firearm came from, who it belongs to, and ran their ballistics. So maybe this is why they decided to pick JR up, because maybe they have proof and reason to believe that it did in fact belong to him. One thing we know about the feds, they're not going to come unless they're 100% sure about a conviction, which is why they only give you one option. Take the charge, take the time they offer, or go straight to trial. Simple. And the worst part about this is, according to court documents, they claim to have very strong evidence backing their prosecutions. A Yahoo article referencing the situation would state, quote, "Documents from the case also note that the court found strong evidence supporting the charges and pointed to the potential seriousness of the alleged offense if proven." Now, whenever you hear strong evidence, they basically have something that they believe will get a conviction, but with the feds, you will never know or be able to tell what they got until trial. That's the worst part. Now, fast forward to now, with trial underway and expected to take place this Friday, May 22nd, we are hearing that JR is moving swift by hiring Pooh Shiesty's attorney, John Helms, who is also representing Pooh on his current case involving Gucci Mane, as he's being charged with allegedly kidnapping, weapon possession as well, followed by other charges. Now, according to blog post My Mixtapes concerning Allstar JR hiring attorney John Helms, it'll state, quote, "Legal update. Detroit rapper Allstar JR, Jeremy Christopher Ford, is heading to federal court this week following a series of rescheduled hearing notices. Ford has official appearances locked in back-to-back, an initial appearance this Friday, May 22nd, with Judge Christina A. Bryant, and a formal arraignment next Wednesday, May 27th, before Judge Dena Hanovis Palermo. To spearhead his defense, he has locked in heavyweight Dallas-based federal criminal defense attorney John Helms. The stakes are incredibly high, with Ford facing a statutory maximum of up to 15 years in prison, a $250,000 fine, and 3 years of supervised release if convicted. This legal battle marks the latest major hurdle for the artist, who famously survived being shot multiple times during the 2019 incident. Stay tuned as this story develops. Now, in the comment section, you had multiple people with mixed opinions about the future of Allstar JR when it comes to this case, and if he'll be held accountable and have to do up to 15 years or not. One user would state, quote, "For self-defense is crazy. Coming from a YB fan, he was in the right. I don't want to hear none." Another user would state, quote, "Never will understand how he could get this much time for protecting himself." Then lastly, another user had something to say which was interesting, as he would state, quote, "He's not beating no case. I'm not gonna lie to myself or anybody else. I don't care about no clout, fame, or being rich. I don't care if you had trillions and I had crumbs. You still not beating no case. You couldn't get no bond on. You couldn't see then you was cooked. Then the trial came so fast, cause they not worried. They got some ish you would never thought they knew, and in a trial, they gonna save the best info just to bring it up in a trial. I wouldn't be nothing but worried about beating the case I'm guilty in, and I bragged about it in songs and on social media. You might as well walk in court and say you did it if you gonna tell the world and act like the courts and DEA missed it. Better pray. He gonna need a miracle. That's the only way he coming home. The only way. Now let's keep in mind, y'all, once again, he's not being held accountable for the shooting itself as far as we know. We're told that he's only being charged with being a convicted felon in possession of a firearm. Now, I don't know how in the world they're trying to give him 15 years for that, but unfortunately, that's the law for you. When it comes to the feds, they go based on your criminal record and they have separate guidelines as well as the laws according to the state that you are in. And as far as Texas goes, when it comes to convicted felons in possession of a firearm, it says that in Texas, unlawful possession of a firearm by a convicted felon is generally charged as a third-degree felony. This offense carries a penalty of 2 to 10 years in a state prison and a fine of up to $10,000. However, penalties could be more severe and you may face additional federal charges depending on the specifics of your case. Now in JR's case, he's being charged federally, and according to Google, it is state quote, "Federal law supersedes state law, meaning you could still be arrested and charged under federal statutes even if you were following Texas rules. A federal conviction can result in up to 10 years in federal prison or 15 years under the Armed Career Criminal Act and fines up to $250,000. So once again, in order to charge him, the feds have to prove that it was actually his firearm and he possessed it. They're already halfway there because they already got him on camera firing the Glock 43. Now, some people are saying whether it's right or wrong, but the thing is this, y'all gotta understand that there's certain laws that states abide by where you may get away with something here, but then you may get convicted for it elsewhere. Some say he was just defending himself, some say he went over top, but y'all get in the comments, let me know what y'all think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'ma keep on dropping. I'm out. Are you tired of a bunch of social media gurus promising you results with their course, but all they do is take a bunch of information off YouTube and Google, then sell it to you? Well, look no further. Our YouTube Tips and Tricks Masterclass course comes equipped with SEO tips and tricks along with methods we use to growth hack our YouTube channel. It also includes step-by-step ways to publish your video before uploading to guarantee a great SEO score, therefore your videos can rank and be shown to a bigger audience. Views and subscribers don't come by luck, and just how YouTube have an algorithm, you should have one as well that can guarantee you results. We're doing websites and softwares we personally use to generate money creating Faces YouTube channels. If you also would like to skip the process and just buy other pre-built accounts, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, we also threw that in there for you too. We went through trial and error, so you don't have to. Click the link in the description or the comments and get started today.